In the United States, vehicle safety inspection and emissions inspection are governed by each state individually. 17 states have a periodic safety inspection program, while Maryland and Alabama require a safety inspection on sale or transfer of vehicles which were previously registered in another state. New Jersey discontinued its passenger vehicle safety inspection program on August 1, 2010. In 1977, the Federal Clean Air Act was amended by Congress to require states to implement vehicle emissions inspection programs, known as IM programs, in all major metropolitan areas whose air quality failed to meet certain federal standards. New York's program started in 1982, California's program started in 1984, and Illinois' program started in 1986. The Clean Air Act of 1990 required some states to enact vehicle emissions inspection programs. State impacted were those in metropolitan areas where air quality did not meet federal standards. Some states, including Kentucky and Minnesota, have discontinued their testing programs in recent years with approval from the federal government. Jurisdictions requiring periodic vehicle safety inspections. Annually or biennially, new cars are exempt from inspection for the first 5 years provided the car remains with the same owner. District of Columbia biennially, the requirement for safety inspection for privately owned cars ended October 1, 2009. Hawaii annually, with the following exceptions: brand new vehicles receive an inspection valid for 2 years. Emergency vehicles, school vehicles, rental cars, and vehicles used in public transportation must be inspected every 6 months. Sticker placed on rear bumper to write on license plate. Illinois according to Illinois EPA, ensure your vehicle is safe to operate. Your vehicle may be rejected for emissions testing if the test cannot be safely conducted. Emissions testing is required biannually only for vehicles registered in specific counties and zip codes. Louisiana annually. However, as of September 2012, people in most jurisdictions have the option of getting a sticker good for 2 years, rather than 1, by paying double the usual fee. Note that, in New Orleans, inspection stickers are commonly referred to as brake tags. They are placed on the inside of the windshield, in the lower left corner of the windshield. Colors change every year. Maine annually. Color of sticker changes annually. Sticker placed in top center of windshield behind a rear view mirror. Massachusetts annually. Stickers are placed in the lower right corner of the windshield. Mississippi annually. Sticker placed in lower left corner of windshield. Missouri biennially, based on the vehicle's model year. Odd-numbered model year in use in odd-numbered year, even-numbered model year in use in even-numbered year. Effective January 1, 2010, vehicles are exempt from safety inspection requirements for the first 5 years following the vehicle's model year. Vehicles displaying historical plates are completely exempt from inspection. New Hampshire annually, except the first inspection of a new vehicle or upon an ownership transfer is adjusted to expire in the month of the registrant's birthday and is therefore valid for 4 to 15 months. Sticker placed in top center of windshield under rear view mirror. New Jersey annually for commercial vehicles, effective January 1, 2010. Passenger vehicles are exempt from safety inspections, effective August 1, 2010. New York annually. Newly registered vehicles with a current inspection sticker from another state are exempt until the out-of-state sticker expires or for 1 year after registration in New York, whichever is sooner. Stickers are placed on lower left corner of windshield. North Carolina annually until the vehicle is 35 years of age, at which point inspections are no longer required. Pennsylvania annually for most vehicles. Every 6 months for all vehicles over 17,000 pounds GVW, which includes tractor-trailers, most non-articulated trucks, school vehicles, motor coaches, mass transit buses, ambulances, fire department trucks, etc. Most vehicles that carry passengers for hire, including taxicabs but not limousines, are also required to be inspected semi-annually. Vehicles bearing antique vehicle license plates are exempt from inspection, but vehicles bearing classic or collectible license plates are subject to inspection. Trailers in excess of 3,000 pounds GVW are also inspected annually, as are motorcycles. Rodeslander Euro biennially. Newly registered vehicles are exempt from the inspection requirement for 2 years from the date of purchase. Vehicles registered as antiques are subject to safety inspection, but are exempt from emissions testing. Stickers are placed on lower right corner of windshield. Texas Euro new vehicles are sold with an inspection decal which expires 2 years after the sale of the vehicle. Annually thereafter. The inspection decal is placed in the lower left corner of the windshield near the registration decal. Beginning March 1, 2015, the inspection decal is being eliminated and proof of inspection will be required to renew the registration. Utah Euro biennially for the first 8 years, annually thereafter. Vermont Euro annually. Inspections are due at the end of even-numbered months only. Inspections performed in an odd-numbered month will receive a sticker for the next even-numbered month. Inspection stickers are placed behind the rear view mirror and are color-coded by year. Virginia Euro annually. Newly registered vehicles with a valid inspection from another state are exempt from inspection until the out-of-state inspection expires. Stickers are yellow and are placed in the lower center part of the windshield. West Virginia Euro annually. Color of sticker changes annually. Sticker placed in lower right corner of windshield. Jurisdictions requiring a safety inspection only prior to sale or transfer of ownership: Alabama, Maryland. Jurisdictions requiring a safety inspection only when bringing a vehicle from another jurisdiction: Nebraska. Jurisdictions requiring periodic vehicle emissions inspections: Arizona Euro biennially, in Phoenix and Tucson metro areas only, depending on age and type of vehicle. California Euro biennially for all vehicles from out of state, regardless of age. And all vehicles made after 1975 which are more than 6 years old. Colorado Euro biennially. Required in Denver, Boulder, and the Front Range. Includes Adams, Arapahoe, Boulder, Broomfield, Denver, Douglas, Jefferson, Larimer, and Weld counties. Connecticut Euro biennially. Delaware Euro annually or biennially. Older cars registered as antiques are exempt from emissions testing. District of Columbia Euro biennially. Georgia Euro annually for gasoline-powered cars or light-duty trucks, required only in the 13 metro Atlanta counties. The 3 most recent model year vehicles and those that are 25 model years or older are exempt from emissions testing. As well as all motorcycles, recreational vehicles, motorhomes and diesel-powered vehicles. Idaho Euro required in Ada County and Canyon County only. Illinois Euro biennially after the vehicle is 4 years old. Required only in the Chicago metropolitan area and eastern suburbs of St. Louis, Missouri. Indiana Euro biennially, required in Lake County and Porter County, Northwest Indiana only. Louisiana Euro annually, only in the Baton Rouge metropolitan area parishes of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Iberville, Livingston, and West Baton Rouge. Maryland Euro biennially, required in 13 counties in the independent city of Baltimore. The most recent 2 model years of vehicles are exempt from emissions testing. Massachusetts Euro annually, as of 2008. Vehicles less than 15 years old must pass an OBD2 scan for emissions system compliance. Vehicles over 15 years old receive a visual check and must not produce visible smoke. Prior to 2008, an emissions inspection was required biennially based on the vehicle's model year. Also in 2008, the tailpipe test for 1995 model year and older vehicles was discontinued. Missouri Euro biennially, based on the vehicle's model year, required only in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Franklin County, and Jefferson County. Nevada Euro required only in Clark County and Washoe County. New Hampshire Euro annually, except the first inspection of a new vehicle or upon an ownership transfer is adjusted to expire in the month of the registrant's birthday and is therefore valid for 4 to 15 months. Emissions inspection is required only for model year 1996 and newer vehicles. New GSIR Euro biennially. Effective January 1, 2010, commercial vehicles are subject to an annual inspection. Effective August 1, 2010, new non-commercial vehicles are exempt for the first 5 years. Used non-commercial vehicles are also exempt for the first 5 model years, as indicated on the new car dealer inspection decal. Used non-commercial vehicles originally purchased outside of New Jersey will receive a decal valid for 5 years from the model year of the vehicle. Effective August 1, 2010, vehicles exempt from inspection include motorcycles, non-commercial diesel vehicles between £8,500 and £10,000 GVWR or older than model year 1997 and under £10,000 GVWR, diesel trucks between £10,000 and £18,000 GVWR, farm vehicles, collector vehicles, historic vehicles, trailers, and mopeds. New Mexico, biennially, required only for vehicles registered in Bernalillo County, New York Euro annually. Newly registered vehicles with a current inspection sticker from another state are exempt until the out-of-state sticker expires or for 1 year after registration in New York, whichever is sooner. Model year 1996 and newer vehicles are subject to an OBDII emissions inspection, while older cars receive a visual check of emissions components. Until December 31, 2010, vehicles registered in the 5 boroughs of New York City, as well as on Long Island, in Westchester County or in Rockland County required a tailpipe smog test if they are not OBD2 equipped. All OBD2 vehicles in those areas require only the OBD2 test. Any vehicle 26 model years old or more does not require an emissions check of any sort. North Carolina Euro annually, required for vehicles in the 48 most populated counties for model year 1996 or newer vehicles, except brand new vehicles, which get safety inspections only. Non-gasoline-powered vehicles and cars 1995 or older and vehicles with a GVWR of more than £8,500 are exempt from emissions inspection. Effective November 1, 2008, no inspection decal is issued upon passing. All state inspection records both emissions and safety are now kept via electronic database, and are required for being awarded new license plates, and/or registration. OI Euro currently required only in the Cleveland metropolitan area. Vehicles up to 4 years old are exempt. Testing is based on an odd-even year system. If a car was purchased in 2000, it is not required to be tested until 2010. If a car was purchased in 2003, then it will need to be tested in 2009. Ohio does not charge a fee for emission testing, due to Ohio's tobacco settlement. Oregon Euro required only in the Portland and Medford metro areas, Pennsylvania Euro annually for most vehicles under £9,000 GVW. Required in 25 counties. Diesel-powered vehicles are exempt from emissions inspection. Rhode Island Euro biennially. Tennessee Euro annually, in conjunction with registration renewal, excluding new motor vehicles being registered for the first time. Vehicles with a designated model year prior to 1975, heavy-duty motor vehicles and motorcycles. Required only in Davidson County, Hamilton County, Rutherford County, Sumner County, Williamson County, Wilson County. The fee for the vehicle emissions inspection is $9. As of July 1, 2014, the city of Memphis no longer requires vehicle emission testing. Texas Euro annually, required only in the largest urban areas, Houston, Dallas-Fort Worth, Austin, and El Paso. Vehicles more than 2 model years old and up to 24 model years old are subjected to the annual emission tests. Anything over 25 model years old, including those registered as an antique or classic, are exempted from emission testing. Motorcycles and diesel vehicles are exempt from any state emissions testing. Utah Euro in its 4 most populated counties of Weber, Davis, Salt Lake, and Utah, biennially if less than 6 years old. Annually, if older, but not older than 1967. Otherwise, none is required. Vermont annually, done at time of state inspection 1996 and new with OBDII, some cars are exempt, Virginia Euro biennially, in conjunction with registration renewal, required only in urban and suburban jurisdictions in Northern Virginia. Newly registered vehicles with a valid inspection from another state are exempt from inspection until the out-of-state inspection expires. Washington Euro required only in urban areas of Clark County, King County, Pierce County, Snohomish County, and Spokane County. Wisconsin Euro biennially, required only in Kenosha County, Milwaukee County, Ozaukee County, Racine County, Sheboygan County, Washington County, and Waukesha County. Jurisdictions requiring van inspection: Vermont, required when first registering a vehicle; California, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Colorado, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Connecticut, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Florida, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Illinois, the main van tag is inspected at emissions testing stations. If the van tag is not acceptable or is missing, the vehicle is rejected for emissions testing. Emissions testing is required biennially only for vehicles registered in specific counties and zip codes. Indiana, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Kansas, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Kentucky, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Nevada, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle for the first time in the state; New Mexico, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Oklahoma, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle; Pennsylvania, required as part of the annual safety inspection. The inspection procedure only requires checking the main van tag. A tracing or visual verification of the van by an inspection mechanic or notary is also required when registering an out-of-state vehicle. Washington Euro required only when registering an out-of-state vehicle for the first time in the state, or for rebuilt vehicles. Wyoming, required when registering an out-of-state vehicle. States without safety, emissions, or van inspections: Alaska, Arkansas, Florida, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana, North Dakota, South Carolina, South Dakota. Summary of periodic inspection requirements for non-commercial vehicles. See also, vehicle inspection, under vehicle inspection, automobile safety. References. External links: CITA vehicleinspection.org, Guide to the Inspection Mirror.